Yeah, this is another video about what I feel is stupid people that their brains are null. There's something I keep seeing on the internet. It's about a girl named Carly Gregg that is age 15 now. Um, it's about the Carly Gregg case. I could post 10 links to it under my video, but no, I'm not going to do it because, you've got attorneys involved in this, and I believe a lot of wrong is being committed here. And if you shake the cage of the rich, things can happen to you. So I'm going to let y'all look up the story and watch it yourself. But hopefully you can come back and watch my video again, however you feel. But I've taken this very serious. This case about Carly Gregg, and where it's recorded where she's at home and she premeditates. Her mother's upstairs and she has a .357 gun that has 38 shells in it. You put 38 shells in a .357. And she walks upstairs and shoots her mother 3 times. Okay. And then she goes back downstairs, and 2 of the dogs are in the kitchen where she's at. Then she uses her mother's cell phone to text her stepdad, and so her stepdad will think her mother is texting him. When are you going to be home is what she texts to her stepdad. So it doesn't, I can't recall what his response was to that. But he comes home directly, and she goes to shoot him, but she just grazes over the top of one of his shoulders where he wasn't really hurt, or whatever. So, of course, and then it goes on to show how she called a school girlfriend she had. This girl is 15, was 14 at the time. And she calls a school girlfriend over. And this girl, she says, have you ever seen a dead body before? So she shows the girl her mom's dead body upstairs. Okay. And then it's shortly after that, they run away. Okay. Again, you need to watch the story. There's a dozen of them on the internet right here at YouTube. But I think people are being brain dead stupid. Because I'm seeing something here, man, that just isn't right. Okay, it was said that the stepfather was molesting this 14-year-old girl. And here's something that's also not being mentioned. In court, it shows to where Carly Gregg, she's got large open sores right under her bottom lip. People, that is advanced herpes. That is advanced herpes. And the only way that can happen like that is if a very sexually active adult would have to be forcing her to perform oral stimulation for them. You see what I'm saying? That and the girl may have been being penetrated, vaginally as well. But, okay, now listen to the rest of what I've got to say here, people. Okay, this girl, it never shows her being interrogated by police to where she tells her side of the story. In court, she's never allowed testimony up there in the stands by the judge. And then her stepdad, he's up there, but he looks down. To me, he looks like he's scared that something's going to come out of the woodworks, maybe. And this stepdad, he's pleasantly blessed financially. A person with money. And he hires three psychologists to come testify about this 14-year-old girl, this Carly Gregg. Now, why would he do that when it's on? See, the security home camera recorded her with the gun, and it recorded the sound of the gunshots, and then her coming back downstairs into the kitchen and with the dogs. All that's recorded, which that would have been automatic. A person would have been convicted. But why did he have to come up with all this money to pay three different psychologists to appear in court and testify? Why would he need to do that? See, that's showing guilt. That is showing guilt. And it says how the girl was cold, acted nonchalant, callous, or whatever. Well, yeah, because she may have been numbed. It's like if you're assaulted on a regular basis or raped on a regular basis, you can be in a null, type of motion to where that you're just blank, tired and blank because you can't find a way to resolve what's going on. She was probably mentally numbed, and I feel like her shooting her mother and then shooting at her stepdad, I think the reason she didn't show any emotions but just calmly did this, I think it's because of what she was being subject to. It was just a way out. It's like, if you were kidnapped by somebody and they were forcing sex on you all the time and you couldn't talk to anybody about it, well, after some years go by, you'd get to where you'd be numb. You'd just be numb. So if you got the chance to get a hold of a gun and shoot that person, let's say, you could do it like, oh, here's a gun in the kitchen cabinet. And you could just grab it and go in a bedroom where they're at or wherever they're at and just shoot them and be calm, because it'd be, see, that would be the equivalent to what you was going through anyway, you see? But somebody with some influence, I'm telling you people, I'm telling you, I feel strong about that case. I don't think that girl's guilty of anything. I really don't. I don't think she's guilty of anything. Think about what I'm telling you. Before you go watch one of the videos about Carly Gregg that shot her mother and shot at her stepdad, think about what I'm telling you here, people. Think about it. Think about it, people. Here's a comment I left in a video I started to watch, but it's the same old thing, and the comments are, oh yeah, she needs to go to prison forever. She's a cold killer, heartless killer. Here's a comment that I left. I'd like to read to y'all. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, here we go. Eventually, someone with influence may interview this girl that is now in prison, Carly Gregg. I have noticed in the complete court hearing and sentencing and a handful of videos that Carly is silenced and held back from telling her complete side to the story. Notice how Carly has active sores under her mouth. That is most likely advanced herpes. It has been testified that Carly was being molested by her stepdad. His facial during open court looks like a person that is scared of something being found out. Again, why is there no interrogation of Carly or her being called to testify in court or any interview up to date? For her to want her mother to be dead and stepdad is for a reason, I feel. Why did she handle it as recorded on the security video? Okay, let me find myself here again. Okay, let's see, wait a minute. Well, it's a long comment. Okay, want her mother. Why did she handle it as recorded on security video? Because she was numbed, mentally numbed, people. If a person keeps being forced and abused to do something, after a while, when they have a chance to retaliate in some way, they can very well seem emotionless and to the point of an action, a premeditated action, and appear to be calm. That major herpes outbreak under her mouth is not common at all, people, and most likely came from a very sexually active adult or adults. I know this is not right at all, or no, excuse me, that doesn't apply. No, it is right what I'm thinking. But the case itself is not right at all. But I see that I am alone in how I am seeing two sides to this. I see her as being desperate to end some bad things. Then for some reason this rich stepdad chooses to pay 3 different psychologists in a case in where the at-home security camera would have been enough to convict anyone. So unless a person is running scared, why would they need to pay out money for 3 psychologists? I'm asking you people to think here. See, this isn't right. This isn't right. Because anytime any human being, you take the most awful cases there are, the most awful cases there are, it will show that person being interrogated. Why was this girl never interrogated or no testimony? So they're not letting her because there's a woman here on Facebook that makes videos. She mentioned, she said that it was said that the stepdad was molesting the girl. And for her to have major herpes outbreak, see people, I'm educated in a lot of medical areas. You know, and then that's never mentioned in court. Why is there sores all under this girl's mouth? And they were open, active sores. That was herpes, people. And only some active adults could have given her that from forcing her to do something orally for them and other, because it's possible down, you know, by her genitals, her lower area. May have been some herpes sores there too, but see, too much is hidden. And no physical medical doctor ever examined her. How about that? Well, anyway, I'm going to have to think how to title this so I don't get in trouble or whatever. But, and then a lot of people are saying in comments, are saying, oh, her father, he's just a man that is very hurt, that he lost his wife, and his daughter went with the people. A stepfather is not a father. Most step-parents are against their stepchildren. Even though they may pretend and play the act, if you watch people in life, you know, once those teenagers become about 18, boy, they get rid of them fast. They get rid of them fast, people. Okay? A stepdad is not a father, a biological father. Anyway, think about it, people. Think about it. And, you know, you should voice your opinion on this. You really should. I'm thinking, you know, I might write to the justice system or whatever it's called. I don't even know. Because it's why hasn't this girl, Carly, been interviewed? See, have it to where she's calm and not pressured. Let somebody with influence and credentials interview this girl. You see? There's some shit going on here, people, that isn't right, man. Something isn't right, because for that girl, she has emotions because she cried in court when they sentenced her. They're not going to plot something like that and be numbed and shoot and kill somebody. She wasn't drugged up, she wasn't drunk or high or anything. Her stance was very good. She was physically very orderly. She did that to get rid of a damn problem, a bad problem. And I believe over a period of a few years maybe, she just became numb to the whole thing. And she saw her mom and stepdad as pestilence, like cockroaches or wasps that kept stinging her, you know. Anyway, y'all have a good day, night or evening, and Jesus Christ, please protect me. I've been bold to bring this up, but I feel strong about this, and Carly Gregg is a human being. And anybody, I don't care who they are, people, you can't knock me, because why doesn't she have the right to tell her side of the story? Why has that been stricken? She has the right to tell her side of the story under favorable conditions to where she can relax or not be scared of what's going to happen to her, or being sentenced further, or beaten in prison, you know? Let's hear her side of the story. This isn't right. Okay? But thank you, Jesus Christ. I love you, Jesus Christ.